Thanks for checking back. If you just found out about us, then check out last week's video where we showed you Old Town Montreal. Click here. This week, we continue our Montreal trip, where our friend Lisa prepares us a picnic in Montreal. We also go check out Jean-Talon market, and Amy finds her true love with Atlantic lobsters.
The raisin? Yes, and one chocolate croissant. And a coffee, please. And sorry? Coffee? Yeah.
So we're at Jean-Talon market right now. It's probably the most popular market. If you're looking for food, fresh food, fruits, veggies, meats, that kind of stuff, this is the place to come. A lot of locals come here, and also supposedly there's a lot of Italian food around, so good Italian food here if you just want a quick bite. We're at Moisson, which is a bakery, having coffee and some croissants, and then we're gonna go and walk around. Hey, why are you eating a lobster for brunch?
Here, let me take a picture of you.
Yeah, here, take one with me and I have a croissant.
Oh, that makes me look bad.
That's so funny.
That makes me look bad. Eh?
So why are you craving for lobster in the morning?
Because I just wanted the gold.
It's breakfast.
How do you know it's gold? It's golden. Because that day I had dinner with Big Cow. Oh, look at this. Oh. Mmm. Jenny.
Do I have enough?
Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god.
What is that?
Mmm.
So why are their lobsters different than our lobsters?
It's from the East Coast. Our lobster don't have this kind of gold. You see, all this red, this red in here. That's why I paid $25 for this lobster for breakfast.
Go inside with me and order now.
Because that day I had it with Big Cow, it was so good.
You just give it
Oh,
to
so this is East Coast lobster.
Yeah. You guys want some? You guys want some? You guys want some?
It is good.
No.
Wow. Yeah. It is very good.
Oh my god.
Oh my, she's having an orgasm.
Oh.
Like better than sex, man.
Yes. This is better than sex. Oh my god. Oh my god. Mmm. Oh. Mmm. So good. Oh my god. I gotta buy another one for tonight. Our lobster don't taste like this. Mm. Mm. It's just so good. Mm.
The
Where is it?
orange thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
And in here.
That's what Amy loves. And inside
There.
the
Oh.
roll.
Oh my god.
Okay, you gotta get one for tonight.
Mm.
So apparently the lobster in the East Coast is very different than ones in the West Coast. West Coast we don't have as much roll. So this is the tail when we cracked it open. Look at how much roll there is here.
Crazy.
And that's why Amy had to have her lobster
For breakfast.
for breakfast. It's a first.
Oh my god.
This is $25 for the whole lobster.
Yeah.
We found it at the seafood market,
Try it.
and Amy jumped right on it.
Mm. I was gonna buy for Andrew because we're going to the mall.
Oh yeah. Just save it for Andrew.
But I asked him, I said, you don't want it that bad, do you?
Andrew, I'm sorry.
Andrew loves Amy B. Mm. Last time Last chance. Last chance, Louis. You don't know what to miss. Oh, I love how adventurous you are.
We got a buyer.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Just taste it.
I like it.
It was so good you bought a second one?
Yep, for tonight, and I felt so bad I ate Andrew's lobster. I meant to buy for him, but it was so good, so I bought him another one for tonight.
Strawberry rhubarb pie is from a local bakery called Moisson. When I actually first moved to Montreal, in 2000, this is one of the first bakeries that I actually experienced. And so, it's fond memories for me. So I thought that when you guys are here, it would be great to share this with you. And of course, it's summer, so what speaks of summer more than strawberry rhubarb? Because it's so seasonal.
Wow.
So yeah, super looking forward to sharing this with everybody here. So yeah.
Amazing.
Enjoy.
And also for the picnic today, what do we have?
For the picnic today, we had local specialties. So we had Montreal bagel from St. Viator. It's one of the one of two bakeries that are very famous in Montreal, St. Viator. I also have Fairmont bagels, which I hope you guys would take
Yes,
some.
I heard about Fairmont.
That
they
other
said
bagel
we
that
have to
I
try.
have is from Fairmont, so you can do A/B testing.
Okay, so
For me, it's all about A/B testing.
why is Montreal bagel so famous? What is it about it?
Montreal bagel there's something, I don't know how normal bagels are being done, but these ones are actually boiled in honey water.
Honey water, really?
Yes. And they have a very special type of yeast, which they use, which is passed down from generation to generation.
Yep.
Exactly. And and it's wood burning oven that they use.
Oh, that must make sense.
And so the classic one is the sesame, which we're trying today.
Mm-hmm.
So St. Viator. And then, of course, if you do Fairmont, is a competing. And they're run by Jewish families. And
Yes.
in the early days, it's fantastic.
Awesome.
And the bagels are not very dense. The bagels tend to be slightly sweet. And if you toast it up, it gets nice and crunchy. And the inside is very light. Whereas sometimes if you have New York bagel, it feels really, really dense and very bready. These doesn't feel bready at all.
Thank you. That's a good explanation. I've been trying to understand why Montreal bagels are so different.
Yeah, so we can
Awesome.
do A/B testing.
Okay, we'll do A/B
So
testing.
I served it with cream cheese and just regular lox, which is very traditional of Jewish people who would serve bagels. And then the second thing we have from Montreal, I think we ran out. We ran out. We ran out.
The
So
smoked
it was
meat.
smoked meat from Dunn's. So
Yes.
there's many places that the smoked meat could be Dunn's, could be Schwartz's, it could be Moisson and a few other places. And classically, it's served with a light rye bread and mustard. So that's what we had today. If
I
you're
had
actually
some.
in the restaurant, it's usually served with pickles on the side and maybe some coleslaw and perhaps some French fries or some poutine.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's also very Jewish.
So did Montreal smoked meat actually was from Jewish also?
Yes, smoked meat is from a Jewish community as well.
So there's so bagels is from Jewish. Smoked meat was.
It happens, yeah. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to offer you guys any poutine, which is very classic. But
Okay.
once you go maybe east to Quebec City,
We're in Quebec City.
you will have an opportunity to try poutine as well. So those are probably very quintessential items of Montreal.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're on camera now and you can't say no, why don't I ask you some questions about Montreal?
Well, you could, but I don't have answers.
Okay, all right. So, what is a local tip that you would give to people visiting Montreal that's not on the common, tourism Montreal list? What's one secret place that you would share with people for people to just kind of get away and just find a secret spot for themselves?
Yeah, it's kind of tough because Montreal has so many fantastic neighborhoods.
I know. I love it. I've been back 3 times, and every time I've discovered new stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, you have more of the East End French side of the city. You have Saint Laurent Street, you have Saint Denis Street. It's more French, it's very young, very vibrant. And then you have more of like a Mount Royal or Outremont, Miles End. They have a Jewish community, a French community. So it's very dynamic and it's very unique. So it's really difficult to say what is a secret spot in Montreal because there's so many.
Okay. What's your favorite spot?
My favorite spot is right here on this mountain.
Montreal.
Yes, it is. It's very rare that you have a beautiful mountain so close in the middle of the city and you'll be able to enjoy it.
Yes,
in fact,
it's beautiful
I think the same person who designed New York, Manhattan.
Yes.
What's that park? I'm terrible.
Central Park.
Central Park. The person who designed Central Park is the same person who designed Mount Royal.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
And so this is a place that is really accessible and it's mostly predominantly for locals. People really come down
Yeah, it's not
here.
over
And
touristy.
you can see that people will come, even on a weekday in the afternoon, they'll come with a picnic or to sunbathe and just to relax.
Yeah.
That's really what's really unique about people in Montreal or in Quebec in general.
Yeah.
People, live, eat to live, not live to eat.
Right. Yeah. It's
Right?
got that European lifestyle, right?
Yeah, it
I
really is.
love it. Yeah.
Yeah, people work hard, but they play even harder. Family and friends is extremely important. We have a very strong social support network here.
Right.
Yeah, and that's why it's really hard to get away. It's absolutely beautiful here,
That's awesome. Yeah.
especially
No, I
in the
love
summertime.
it. I think that's why every time I come back to Montreal, it's like I discover new things, but I still love it. It's just that vibe. It's so cool. It's the mixture of old history, culture, architecture, along with that European flair and that lifestyle, and the people themselves are like very cool. It's that European taste for sure.
Yeah, and if you're a lady, you notice the fashion. You'll notice that the men and women in Montreal, not for me in general, but if you go downtown or many different places, the men are dressed up, the women are dressed up.
Yep.
They're very, very fashionable. They're very, very trendy, right? They take care of their look very, very much. They take care of their health a lot. Very different because, say, in Vancouver, West Coast, people are very relaxed, very
Chill, right?
outdoorsy.
Yeah.
They'll wear like yoga pants and more sporty things.
Right.
But in Montreal, they're much more European. Men like to wear suits and shirts, and they're just a little bit more dressed up.
Yep.
So this is a little bit different. I mean, there's a lot of people who wear workout clothes for sure, but in general, you really have to. There's an encouragement to actually look your best here in Montreal for sure.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday. I was shopping with Janie in Miles End and checking out some boutique shops, and I would say that the fashion standard is definitely higher here, which I love because it reminds me of the times in Spain and stuff like that, and people looked great. It's not like West Coast where you just slouch and be a bit of a bum.
It's just different, right? Comfort versus maybe more aesthetics.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would say that people here in Montreal, they are very focused on supporting local.
That's cool. I love that.
They really take pride in supporting, their local communities. They prefer to have mom and pop shops versus big chains.
That's
they
awesome. I
really
love that.
value uniqueness.
Yeah, the boutique and the unique.
Exactly.
I
Right?
love that.
And so it's very European that way.
Yeah.
It's less into big chains.
Yeah, and you know, for us tourists, it's great because then you get to discover. It's a bit of a process, right? It's not like the big chains that you've done that, been there before, but you get to. It's like a bit of like a scavenger hunt. You get to discover, you get to explore, you get to uncover things.
It's a bit of a hit and miss though.
Is it?
Yeah, it can be.
Well, you know, so far in Montreal, we've been pleased with everywhere that we've gone, especially the food scene. You guys have an amazing food scene. We were originally going to stay here for 3 days, but we extended one more day because not so much for the sights, but we just figured, wow, with all these food scenes, we can't fit it all with all the meals that we're supposed to eat. So we said, okay, let's extend one more day. So we get 3 more meals out of it to check out the scene. So
Yeah, so they have great Italian, great French, great Middle Eastern.
I know.
Yeah.
Lots. You know, I saw a a restaurant from Yemen. I'm like, wow, that's so, like, Vancouver is very ethnic, but Montreal is even more, I feel. You guys have so many different ethnicities that you celebrate, which is awesome. I love that.
Soup here is actually really good. I really like it. Normally, some other restaurants make it really salty,
Yeah.
and this place has make it perfect, in my opinion. And the cheese is really, really good, and just the right amount of bread in there, and the onion. It's just like so delicious. This is nice and hot too.
Good?
Yummy, yummy.
So we just finished a meal in Old Montreal at Suzette's Creperie. They're famous for fondues, cheese fondues, chocolate fondues, and also crepes. What do you think about the food?
The food's actually not bad. I had the French onion soup, and to my surprise, it's really, really good. It made just the way I like it. Most of the time I had it, it's really, really salty, but this place made it, just perfect, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of cheese fondue, but I'll leave that to Eric, because he's the guy that likes cheese.
I do like cheese, but it's my first time having cheese fondue, so that's actually more of Andrew's thing. From his opinion, he thought it was pretty good. It was well done. For me, I don't know. Cheese, I like cheese. I don't know if I like cheese fondue, probably because of the liquor and the wine in it. I'm not a big fan of that. But, overall, the place itself was pretty good. So if you're in Old Montreal and you're looking for a place for cheese fondue or crepes, this is the place to do it. They also have escargots and other stuff like that. When we were driving around in Montreal, we noticed a few streets in different neighborhoods that were closed completely to vehicle access, and it was full of patios, pedestrian only. It was a very cool vibe. I'm not sure if this was part of their COVID or was it just a normal part of the summer experience that you get in Montreal. So if you know if this was part of pandemic days or is it a normal part of Montreal, please leave us a comment down below. I'd be super curious to find out. Alright, so that was our Montreal trip and we had so much fun. Now, we want to go around and share with you what was our personal favorite. So how about you, Ariana? What was your favorite?
I like the mall. It was my favorite part of the
Yes.
Montreal trip
Why the mall?
because I got to spend lots of money.
Free money. From who?
Free money from who?
From you.
I lost to Connect 5. Fair and square, she won.
So it's not free, she won.
Yes.
Right, of course that's memorable, right?
Yes.
How about you, Kirsten?
I have 3 favorites. I like the Old Montreal. I like the crepes. And I also really like the mall.
Okay.
I like the ceviche from Mañana tomorrow. It was really good, surprisingly.
On Saint
Which
Denis.
is
On
next,
Saint Denis.
next to our.
Next to where we live, the Airbnb where we live.
Saint Denis.
Actually, I like our Airbnb too. I thought it was very spacious.
Yeah, the location was great.
Yeah, it was a good location. I enjoy catching up with my friend Christine. And the park with Eric's friend Lisa was really relaxing. It actually feels pretty cool to be buzzed in the middle of the day. I don't normally drink till evening. But that day we had a lot of wine and I felt really relaxed.
That's
It
when
was-
you lost most of your money.
That's where I lost most of my money. But hey, I felt really good and they deserved to win. So Montreal was good. We liked it so much that we extend another day. So that was good. It was not rush at all. It was very chillax.
Yeah.
Same like Kirsten, I have 3 things that I want to point out. One is that you can bring your wine into the park and into some restaurants, which is unique. I obviously like cheese fondue for vegan, even very cheesy. But I have not had cheese fondue since I was in Switzerland, probably 10 years ago, or at least 8. So that was good. And what else do I like? Oh, I like the fact that we bought this proof that we are Canadian. I know we love Canada.
Machi machi.
Yeah.
Machi
Tourists,
machi.
Canadian tourists.
Yes.
That's what we are. How about you, Janie? What was your favorite?
I think overall I really like the city. It's very different. It does actually, I feel like I'm in somewhere in Europe when I'm touring around the old Montreal. The buildings, I really like the buildings, the old architect, and it's a really beautiful city. And the food was good. We tried so many different types of ethnic food, and overall everything is pretty good. I mean, they have definitely a high standard for food.
Yeah, so for me too, Montreal, it's my 3rd time here, and every time I seem to discover new things about it. I love Montreal, I love the European vibe. The people are quite friendly, and the architecture, that's one of my favorite. Old Montreal, old architecture, love it. I would say my favorite memory is the picnic that Lisa, my friend, arranged for us on top of Montreal. It's such a chill thing to do, just grab some food. She picked up some Montreal smoked meat and some bagels, and we brought the wine, with some charcuterie, and we just laid on the park and just chilled. It's a great experience.
Please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we post new food and travel adventures. I hope you liked this video. If you're looking for an off-the-beaten-path thing to do while you're in Montreal, then go for a picnic in Montreal's biggest park. Do not forget to pack your bagels and some great smoked meat sandwiches. Check back with us next week as we head over to Quebec City.